Hello, good morning, and welcome to This Date in History, also known as TDH. This show is all about the events that occurred to date in years past, both recognized by actual historians, but mainly things that we personally find intriguing enough for us to bring to you. The sources of this information come from the Smart Device application, Today in History, What Happened Today in History, Historical Calendar, and the website onthisday.com. For links to those sources, the music, and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar of the description below. Anyway, I am A.O. Xander.
I'm Meat Cleaver.
And today is Sun's Day, also known as Sunday, August 7th, 2022. So, as the question goes, what happened on this date? In 1420, construction began on the dome of Florence Cathedral, designed by Renaissance architect Filippo Brunelleschi.
I wonder what country that's in.
Florence, Italy.
Okay, Florence. Okay.
Yeah. Piazza del Duomo. That sounds Italian to me.
Italiano.
Bibbidi boobidi bobbidi. So 1479, during the Battle of Guinegate, Emperor Maximilian I fought King Louis X. At least their forces did, you know.
Yeah.
And look at that nose. What a schnoz, you know.
He just fought.
Well, let's see here. I can look this up. Battle of Guinegate, 1479. Open up a Google tab. 1479. Good. Okay, this one here. All right. Belligerents, commanders and leaders, strength, casualties, losses, battle results. According to the French historian Bertrand Schnerb, what a name.
Schnerb?
Schnerb. S-C-H-N-E-R-B. Schnerb.
I'm going to Schnerb it.
The battle was not decisive in determining the Burgundy War.
Okay.
Despite winning, Maximilian had to abandon the siege of Therouanne and disband his army, either because the Netherlanders did not want him to become too strong, or because his treasury was empty.
Okay.
So it was ultimately...
He's broke.
Yeah. Well, whatever the case, it was a bleh. Like, it sucks when battles like end up indecisive and not significant because people die.
Yeah.
You know? Like, they died for nothing? You know, is that what you're saying? Like... Yeah, anyway, 1573, Francis Drake's fleet returned to Plymouth after a year spent raiding for Spanish treasure. That sounds like he's a privateer.
Yeah.
You know? Although it says here, Admiral, Explorer, and Navigator, Francis Drake.
Yeah.
So.
It's kind of a strong word, raiding.
Yeah, raiding for Spanish treasure.
Yeah.
Well, you know, obviously they're pirating Spain, you know, Spanish ships.
Bring them back.
You know,
well, that's why they financed them and sent them over there to bring back riches.
Yeah, well, also, like, you know, because not only are you bringing back riches, but those riches you're taking from, you know, your enemy.
Of course.
Like, Spain...
It's called raiding.
Yeah. 1606 was possible first performance of Shakespeare's tragedy Macbeth, performed in the Great Hall at Hampton Court Palace for King James I. So that might be, like, you know, the first time this was, you know, played.
Could be.
Macbeth is, you know, a really... important, you know, play.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yes, it is.
1620, astronomer Johannes Kepler's mother was arrested for witchcraft. Uh-oh.
That's never good.
No. But, yeah, I believe this is the guy who, our Kepler telescope that we use now, you know, you've been hearing...
Really?
Yeah, you've been hearing, like, you know, our new telescope, and it took that amazing, like, astrological shot of all those galaxies and everything.
Yeah.
Like, I think this is the guy it's named after.
Oh, okay.
So, Johannes Kepler. So that guy's mother was arrested for witchcraft on this date. Hopefully that ended okay. You know, maybe she was acquitted. I don't know. Also in 1620, the battle at Ponce de Sey in Poitiers, French King Louis XI defeated his mother, Mary de Medici. All right, so we have one guy's mom is getting arrested. This other guy is just fighting his mom. Is today some kind of like mistreat your mother day or something? Like, what's going on? It's the same same
it's
year.
not Mother's Day, I'll tell you that.
But it's the same year.
Yeah.
So at the same time that was happening, this happened.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird. Jumping up into 1782, George Washington created the Purple Heart Medal, the original name badge of military merit, as commander of the Continental Army.
I didn't know George Washington created that medal.
I did not either, but now we both know, and now we know when.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1782, the Purple Heart. Originally named the Badge of Military Merit. you know. So, 1802, Napoleon ordered the reinstatement of slavery in Saint Dominique, Haiti.
Reinstatement? Huh.
Yeah, that I think either he or maybe the person before him took away slavery, because I know that there's a brief moment in history where France took away slavery, but then they reinstated it in their colony areas. So they didn't have it in France anymore.
Right. But
in their African colonies, you have Africans there, you know.
Well,
so
over history, it's just not blacks that were all colors have been.
Dude, there were white slaves and everything.
Yeah.
Like the whole I was actually watching something just about this like a couple weeks ago, and like this whole thing about blacks being slaves is a fairly new thing. Like it's a fairly new focus. Like back in the day of slavery, there are white slaves, there are black slaves. There was more black slaves, because of the African slaves. But I mean, like in European history, the slaves were white because you conquer, you conquer lands around you. It's dog eat dog world, eat or be eaten, conquer or get conquered. So you conquer. What do you do with those extra people? Especially the lower ones. Well, put them to work. They were white. They were just other Europeans. Like.
Yeah.
But eventually, all the major European countries started banning slavery at the hometown, and then they kept it. Now, the UK just outright banned it, and so did France. But then Napoleon, as we see here, reinstated it, and this is Haiti. That's not French soil. That's a colony.
Yeah.
So reinstated it in the colonies, at least.
Yeah.
So there's that. Anyway, 12 years later, 1814, Pope Pius the Seventh. Reinstated the Society of Jesus, the Jesuits.
Society of Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesuits.
1907, Major League Baseball Washington Senators legendary pitcher Walter Johnson won first of his 416 career wins in a 7-2 versus Cleveland. All right.
One of the all-time great pitchers.
Yeah. So this is a start. Like his first of 416. So this is this is the beginning.
Yeah. 1907.
Dang. 1912, Progressive, the Bull Moose Party, nominated Theodore Roosevelt for U.S. President. Yeah, that's right. And at some point, so I suspect soon, we're going to hear about him getting shot. But it was actually like, it was protected by there was like a notepad or something in his breast pocket here. Like he was giving a speech, and straight up took a bullet to the chest, and it was actually in his chest.
Really?
But it was lodged there in the pec, and he kept speaking for like an hour, and then he went and sought medical attention. But this is Theodore Roosevelt. This is he's a Rough Rider. This guy's fought bears barehanded. This is a BAMF, a badass mother trucker. 1929, New York Yankees slugger Babe Ruth tied MLB record by hitting grand slams in consecutive games for the second time in a 13-1 win versus the Philadelphia A's. Hey. But hey, cool.
Second time, eh?
Hey. What's all that about? 1 year later, 1930, Canadian Prime Minister Mackenzie King lost the election to Richard Bedford Bennett of the Conservative Party.
Canadian, eh?
Yeah, we were just literally making fun of Canadians.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
I really didn't read that. I know he couldn't read it. So, 1934, U.S. Court of Appeals upheld lower court ruling striking down government's attempt to ban controversial James Joyce novel Ulysses. I've heard that name. I've never read the book to my knowledge, but I've heard this name, and it comes up a lot. Ulysses is a very controversial book. I don't know why, but
I'm familiar with it.
I've seen that name a lot. So, 1938, the 2000s Brooklyn Dodgers home run. Legendary shortstop Leo Droucher homers off Reds hurler Peaches Davis in an 8th inning of a 6-3 win.
Good old Leo Droucher.
Yep. 365 days later, in 1939, millionaire Howard Hughes was presented with the Congressional Gold Medal. Nice.
Maybe the guy that wigged out.
Yeah, well, he developed an extreme case of OCD, and like developed a tap. Like you have to like tap like 7 times or whatever he did.
Well, he did the whole cleanly thing. Couldn't touch anything. Had to wash and do everything.
Yeah, really lost his marbles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on up into 1946, the first U.S. commemorative coin of a black U.S. citizen, the Booker T. Washington $50. That's interesting.
Didn't know it.
1946.
Wow, read that one more time.
The first U.S. commemorative coin of a African American, a black U.S. citizen, the Booker T. Washington $50.
Wow.
So the 50-cent piece.
I never knew that.
Well, let me see. Let me look this up here.
I'd love to see one of those coins. They must be super collectible. First off, just to find a $50 anywhere.
Well, like they have them at my at that recycling center I go to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like you've seen my collection now. They have 50-cent pieces there. But let's see here. Huh. Trying to get a bigger picture for you. Can you see it? Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I can see it.
That's not it though. This is it.
Is that it?
Here we go.
That sure looks like it.
Yeah.
And what's the year again?
1948.
Yeah.
No, 6.
46. Great year.
Yeah. 1947, Thor Heyerdahl and the crew of the Kon-Tiki crashed into a reef in the Tuamotu Islands in French Polynesia after 101 days crossing the Pacific Ocean. 101 days to cross. Oh, so it has to be a boat then.
Of course.
Well, I mean, like it could have been a seaplane or something. Yeah, I was thinking,
well.
But yeah, ethnographer, archaeologist, and explorer. Ethnographer. What is an ethnographer? Ethnographer. A person who studies and describes the culture of a particular society or group. Oh, okay. Ethnic,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. In 1954, Englishman Roger Bannister defeated Australia's John Landy in the mile at the Empire Games in Vancouver, the first time 2 men ran sub-4-minute mile in the same race.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I remember that name, Bannister.
Roger Bannister. 1956, 51-year-old Satchel Paige of the Miami Marlins won a game before the largest crowd in minor league history, 57,000 attending at Miami's Orange Bowl. The International League, Marlins 6-2 versus Columbus Jets.
At 51.
He's
in the minor leagues, huh?
Yeah, he sure loves that baseball. 1956 as well, Boston Red Sox fined slugger Ted Williams $5,000 for spitting at... Boston Red Sox fined... They fined him, $5,000 for spitting at heckling Boston fans. This was the 3rd incident in 3 weeks. So wait, is this the same?
$5,000 then? Oh God, that's almost a year's salary.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's here. $5,000, 1956. 5,056. Let's see here. $54,468.93 today.
Yeah, that's fine and good, but you look at what ball players were getting paid then.
Yeah.
And it's even bigger than that.
Yeah, like...
if it was a year's salary, it'd be $100 million today.
There's a lot more factors that go in than just the numbers.
Yeah.
1960, Arnold Palmer's 20th PGA Tour won, rallies from a 5-stroke deficit to enter a playoff, then defeated Jack Fleck and Bill Collins to win the Insurance City Open.
He was known as a great comebacker. He'd always be down and come back with Arnie's Army following him.
Yep. And then it's probably because of his drink. Like, he's out there, it's hot and everything. He refreshes with a nice ice-cold glass of half lemonade.
Well, the Arnold Palmer came a whole lot later.
I'm making a joke here.
Not a good one.
When are they? 1961, Soviet Premier Khrushchev predicted the USSR economy will surpass the U.S.
I think he was wrong.
Yeah, no, we duped them into dumping all they had into the space race. As I said yesterday, yeah, we didn't win the space race, but we bankrupted that nation,
True.
Doing that. 1963, Jacqueline Kennedy became the first U.S. First Lady to give birth to Patrick Kennedy since Mrs. Cleveland. All right.
I didn't realize she gave birth in office. Well, President Kennedy was in office. And that's what we read, right?
Yeah. Since Mrs. Cleveland, so Grover Cleveland, and he was a while ago.
I didn't realize when she was in office. You think I would have memory of that?
Grover Cleveland, 22nd and 24th. So, well, he died in 1908. So, yeah, so we're looking at least 60 years.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. 1964, U.S. Congress approved Gulf of Tonkin Resolution, granting U.S. President Lyndon Johnson authority to assist any Southeast Asian facing, quote, communist aggression, end quote. He uses this to openly bring the U.S. into the Vietnam conflict.
Yep. I mean, we were already there, but we went full bore.
Well, the whole Gulf of Tonkin thing, they even admitted, apparently recently, within the past 10 years or so, because I was watching, once again, Tim Pool, and, they're referring to something I haven't seen yet. I know I haven't really looked up. But at some point, our government, did say, oh, yeah, we fabricated the whole thing just to get in there, because it's been,
well,
50 years.
Past,
Yeah. I mean, we did that with 9/11. What did that have to do with Iraq?
Yeah.
Right? Some crazy Saudi who's in the caves somewhere in the Middle East, destroyed the Twin Towers. Let's go invade Iraq and take out Saddam Hussein. How does that make any sense?
Didn't Tim Pool get fined millions of dollars?
No, that's Alex Jones. 46 million. Yeah, the ridiculous Sandy Hook crap. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, 1965, Lee Kuan Yew, Prime Minister of Singapore, signed a separation agreement with Malaysia after 2 years of political union. Huh. So, Singapore.
Yeah.
I thought, isn't Singapore a city though? Or is it a country?
Yes. No, it's a city.
Okay, so they're a city-state within Malaysia?
I'm not sure.
Hold on a second. Singapore. Country in Asia. It's a country.
It's a country, okay.
Officially the Republic of Singapore. And yeah, it is just one city. See, look at this.
Yeah.
There's it's really zoomed in, when you think about it. So they are legit city-state. Literally a city, that's a state.
And a state, y'all words, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you look at the ancient Greeks and everything, their borders really didn't go much farther than their actual city. They were called city-states because they're a state that's big enough just for one city. There's no other settlements.
So they hooked with Malaysia for a while, and then
they were the capital of Malaysia, I think.
Okay.
So, Singapore, Malaysia, but apparently not. Well, this is only after 2 years of political union, so maybe they were their own thing for a while. I don't know. We're going to have to study more into Singaporean history. That's interesting.
Yeah.
So, 1972, Yogi Berra, hey boo-boo. Sandy Koufax, Lefty Gomez, Early Wynn, Josh Gibson, Will Harridge, Buck Leonard, and Ross Youngs were inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. It's a lot of people. So, 1978, thousands of mourners filed past the body of Pope Paul VII. Or the 6th. Yeah. Rip. 1983, Grete Waitz of Norway won the inaugural women's marathon at the first World Athletics Championships in Helsinki, Finland. Huh.
So what did she win?
Long distance running.
Marathon, okay.
Yeah, marathon.
Yeah.
The inaugural women's marathon. So, the first marathon.
Yeah.
So, it's really cool. Also, same date, same year, 1983, PGA Championship Men's Golf at the Riviera Country Club. Hal Sutton won his only major title by one stroke from Jack Nicklaus. Here's this guy again with his smug face and his medal.
Yeah, Jack Nicklaus. Yeah.
1985, a delegation of the South African Council of Churches met with President P.W. Botha following calls by the church for urgent discussions on the causes of unrest, forced removals, and the emergency regulations in the country. Also at that time, 1985, Barbra Streisand recorded Broadway album. Barbra Streisand.
Yeah.
I remember that being one of Cartman's curse words when he was. Remember the movie we went and saw, South Park?
Yeah.
And then he had that V chip in. That he he swears and it shocks him, and he weaponizes it. He just like starts like saying all these swear words. And he's like Barbara Streisand, and he like force lightnings like the Emperor, like Saddam Hussein, and everything because Saddam was in hell and everything. Crazy, yeah. 1990, U.S. deployed troops to Saudi Arabia, beginning Operation Desert Shield. Yep. First we had Desert Shield.
One of the things why. What's his name who bombed the towers or was behind it?
Saddam Hussein. No, Bin Laden.
Bin Laden joined forces with the guy we just killed because American troops were in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
He said, that's it? Okay, I'll join up with you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like political maneuvers, you force people into doing things.
Before that, he was kind of defending the U.S. now,
Yeah.
And then that all changed.
Yep. 1991, U.S. team of Carl Lewis, Mike Marsh, Leroy Burrell, and Dennis Mitchell set a 4x100 meter relay record, world record, of 37.67 seconds in Zurich, Switzerland. Wow. That's fast.
Yeah.
1991 as well, courts ruled Manuel Noriega may access some secret U.S. documents. Okay. Well, this has to be during that Panama crisis, because this is a Panamanian general and dictator.
Yep. Which is the right time.
1992, the Orlando Magic signed NBA #1 draft pick Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaq, baby.
The Diesel.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like, as I told my dad here earlier today, I was watching, his education, Shaq got a new boat, like this yacht. He's just like, oh, what should I name her? And someone said, name your boat Free Throw, so that way you'll never sink it. Oh my God. Yeah. Barbaric. Yeah. Like, jeez, man. Anyway, 1997, Garth Brooks performed a free concert in New York City's Central Park for HBO, later releasing it as a Garth Live from Central Park. Alright.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
The year 2000, Los Angeles Lakers announced retirement of former star player and executive vice president of basketball operations, Jerry West. Something's in my eye.
Jerry West, something in my eye.
Yeah. Named Mitch Kupchak to succeed him. Kupchak. That sounds like some kind of some kind of
ketchup.
No, it sounds like a form of vomiting. Like, oh God, I'm gonna Kupchak. Kupchak. Give me a cup.
Anyways, the logo, the all-time great, one of the great, all-time greatest, if not the greatest general manager, let alone one of the greatest all-time players too.
Nice.
He brought so many championships to LA as a general manager.
Yeah, Lakers were pretty epitome for a while.
Yeah, they were dominant.
Yeah.
That and Boston Celtics.
Yeah. Yeah, and then remember that time you turned into a what's our other team? The
Clippers.
The Clippers. You turned into a Clippers fan.
Still am. Well,
yeah.
If I watched basketball at all, I would be.
Well, no, but you did it because the Lakers they demanded more exclusive channels.
Yeah, you couldn't afford that. I go, no.
So you just started watching Clippers, and then at one point you're rooting for the Clippers versus the Lakers, and you're like, oh no!
I'm a Clipper fan. Yep.
Betrayal! 2004, Cubs pitcher Greg Maddux entered the history books with his 300th career win in the Chicago's 8-4 triumph versus San Francisco at SPC Park. I need to breathe. 2005, U.S. sprinter Justin Gatlin blitzed field to win 100 meters in 9.88 seconds at the World Athletics Championships in Helsinki, Finland. 2 years later, 2007, Eclipse, the third book in Stephanie Meyer's Twilight Saga, was published by Little Brown. The initial print ran 1 million copies.
Yeah. Not familiar with it. Twilight Saga, you ever heard of it?
Yeah, the Sparkly Vampires, remember?
Okay. No, I don't.
So there's there's Eclipse, which is a third one. I think the first one is just called Twilight.
Okay.
And I think there's the second one is New Moon. I don't know, but at some point they introduce this werewolf guy, and then Then there's this love triangle between like a werewolf, a vampire, and like a human girl. You know,
oblivious to the whole thing. Sorry.
Like, you know, I've never seen them. All I know is just what I've been exposed to online, out of my, you know, control, mind you. Like, you know, people made memes and everything, and inevitably, you know, you're exposed to what the masses are exposed to.
Well, at least at least you're aware of it. That's better than me.
Well, I wouldn't say being aware of it is better by any. It's garbage. Oh, I'm a vampire and I sparkle. Ooh, I'm made of glitter. Ooh, who fuck cares?
It's entertainment.
It's stupid.
For some. Okay, moving on.
Anyway, 2007 as well, San Francisco Giants slugger Barry Bonds hit his 756th career home run to break Hank Aaron's long-standing MLB record.
Doesn't say anything as juiced up or anything.
Oh, slugger, so...
Yeah.
Oh, God. 2009, the TikTok single released by Kesha, Billboard Song of the Year 2010. Oh, no, TikTok single. No. Oh, God. Wow, I'm indoctrinated. So, I was thinking this is that stupid app, you know? But, like, you know, then I'm reading, I'm like, 2019? No, 2009. TikTok hasn't been around. No, TikTok on the spot, da-da-da-da-da, that song. Like, I'm like, oh, my God. Like, so, yeah. So, 2009, the TikTok single released by Kesha, later to receive the Billboard Song of the Year 2010. So, which is admittedly a decent song, you know, compared to what...
Now you think of it as something entirely different than a song.
Well, it is a song, but like...
It is a song, but that isn't what comes to like VC.
Yeah. Oh.
What comes to mind to me and what you say it is two different things.
Okay, so... Let me tell a story, people, okay?
Geez, here we go.
So VC, you know, voice chat and everything, you know... I talk to my dad every now and then about, you know, happenings of Discord and whatnot, you know, blah, blah, blah. So I'm just like, oh yeah, I was in VC with this guy and yada, yada, yada. Now, keep in mind, this man was born in 1946. He's, you know, a baby boomer, you know, first generation, you know, baby boomer. And his generation went into Vietnam. Now, VC means something completely different for these people. It means Viet Cong, you know, also known as Charlie. Now, thank God, because he was drafted, but he got off on a medical technicality. But he, you know, like, you know, my dad did, you know, lose some people he did know. So, like, you know, it's... But, so unfortunately, I was giving him many, you know, flashbacks when I'm just talking about voice chat. He's thinking about VC. And it's just like, so, mind what you say around your elders, people, please, okay? You know...
Or perhaps just don't talk to him at all.
Well, what some can hope, but that's
never gonna happen.
Your dreams will never come true.
Never. Let's move on.
2010, Jerry Rice, Emmett Smith, John Randall, Russ Grimm, Ricky Jackson, Floyd Little, and Dick LeBeau were inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah,
it's a lot of people. 2015, U.S. presidential candidate Donald Trump said in a CNN interview that news anchor Megyn Kelly had, quote, blood coming out of her eyes, blood coming out of her wherever, end quote. What the hell?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
Well, what do you think what do women have?
Oh my God, are you kidding me? Oh man.
Yeah. I wonder why the media doesn't like him.
I don't wonder. I know why. That was just like Trump, Donald. Come on, dude. Like,
so
really.
Actually, he has toned down a bit since those days.
God, that's rough.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway, 1 year later, 2016, U.S. swimmer Katie Ledecky set a new world record with a time of 3 minutes 56.46 seconds to win the gold medal in the women's 400-meter freestyle at the Rio de Janeiro Olympics.
Be a real woman.
Yes.
Now I'm going to be hung in effigy.
Well, you know, what's-her-face can't define what a woman is, and now men can get pregnant, so now through that loophole, now I actually do have a say in abortion, you know, things, because apparently I can get pregnant, you know, I don't know. Like, but then again, did I just assume my own gender? Did I offend somebody on my behalf? You know, like...
Find a safe place, quick.
What?
Someone came up with a good point, though, the other day. I was listening to something. How do we define other species? you know, how does a bull know a bull and a cow knows a cow? How does that work? You know,
Yeah.
no, I'm not a cow anymore. Go away. You know what? What?
It's madness. Like
Yeah.
we need.
So we're the only species that.
Unfortunately, we need a war so we can like know about things that actually merits complaining about, because we have it way too easy. We have nothing better to do, so we just find anything. Because like, you know, when you're so soft, and literally the worst thing that you experience in your life is when your macchiato has a little bit too less whipped cream. You know, when you haven't experienced anything worse than that, then that is the worst thing you've experienced in your life. So, of course, you know, you're going to come out swinging because, you know, you think you've been offended, whereas there's people out there who don't even know what a macchiato is, and they have to, as you say, boil the bark of trees to get some drinking water.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
Moving on.
we need perspective. So,
Yeah.
2016, Miami Marlins veteran Japanese outfielder Ichiro Suzuki became the 30th member of the 3,000 hit club in a 10-7 win versus Rockies. Nice. Here we go again. 2016 as well. United States men's 4x100 meter freestyle relay team won the final in 3 minutes and 9 seconds, or 3 minutes 9 seconds and 92 seconds, or whatever. You get it. At the Rio de Janeiro Olympics, Michael Phelps' record 19th Olympic gold medal. Wow.
Yeah, a bunch.
Wow. Man, how many medals do you need, dude? Like, 2018, Crazy Rich Asians, the first Hollywood film with an all-Asian cast, starring Constance Wu, Henry Golding, and Michelle Yeoh, premiered in Los Angeles. You know, I'm never going to see that movie. It just sounds so hateful, you know. 2018, China banned release of Winnie the Pooh movie Christopher Robin after a character was used to mock Chinese President Xi Jinping. Yeah, that's right. So Winnie the Pooh was banned in China because because he looks like Winnie the Pooh. Like,
Yeah,
like
I know.
So have you seen the memes of like, you know, like?
I haven't.
Okay, hold on a second. Xi Jinping, Winnie the Pooh. Why can't I type? Okay, so let's see here. Images. Yeah, and this is probably gonna get my video flagged like hard. Oh, here we go.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
Winnie the Pooh.
Okay, let's move on.
2020, just 2 years ago, Cardi B released a single WAP, which stands for Wet Ass Pussy, by the way.
Oh, really?
That's the status of our music industry. Literally using, you know, sex slang, WAP. Featuring Megan Thee Stallion, debuted as #1 on Billboard Hot 100. Seriously?
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
just disgusting. Just appalling. Like,
I guess it's pronounced the same way, but W-O-P used to be Italian.
no, it's WAP, not WAP.
WAP. Okay.
No, like, you know, WAP is without papers.
Yeah, you said WAP.
WAP.
So that's
No, I said WAP.
Oh, okay.
WAP.
Yeah.
You know, wet ass. You know.
Whatever.
No, wet ass.
Oh.
No, you didn't hear me the first time?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, wet ass pussy. That's
Yeah.
what it stands for.
Yeah, I know.
Which is like, seriously, that's obscene. You
Yes.
know?
Yeah.
Anyway, before we move into births and deaths, were there anything, you know, that grabbed your interest today more than most?
Well, personally, Kennedy, Jacqueline Kennedy having a baby in
Yeah.
office that I didn't know about surprised
Yeah.
the heck out of me. The other little thing I liked was the black 50 cent.
Yeah, the coin. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. So those are the two that stuck out for me. The two little
Which means, wait, does that mean that since then black people have been currency again?
Oh, boo.
Hey,
Is that the only? I wonder if that's the only black person on a coin
no,
ever.
no. No, absolutely not.
I would think there'd be more. Martin Luther King must be there.
How many black people coins? I don't know. There we go. Okay, part 3. Well, hold on a second. Let's see here. Isaac Hathaway, Booker T. Washington,
Ah,
George Washington Carver silver $50.
okay.
Honorable A.Z. Taylor Morton was the first treasurer. So I guess they put them on commemorative coins, you know.
Yeah.
I guess, like, you know, like when you reach certain points in office, you get commemorative coins, you know,
Yeah.
something like that. But yeah, like, you know, those are interesting.
What about you?
The Purple Heart
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. Forgot about that. That is a biggie, too.
Yeah. Speaking of commemorative things, and then this cathedral, because cathedrals took hundreds of years to build.
Yeah.
Like Notre Dame, like what did it take? Like 500 years or something?
Really?
Let me check. How long Notre Dame
built. You gotta talk about
built? How long built? Okay, so 182 years. Never mind.
Still, but that's still a long time.
Yeah.
182 years.
Well, think about it. Like, we'd add, 1345. There was no machines. Way before the Industrial Revolution.
Yeah.
Everything was handmade.
Yeah.
Artisans, So, I've seen, artist interpretations of what it looked like during construction, because it was actually built. There was a smaller church inside of it that stayed active for a certain period of time.
Oh.
But they literally built Notre Dame around a smaller church and everything. And that entire generations of people, were born and died, during and before, the completion.
Of course, a number of generations.
But could you imagine living your whole life and then you just see it just rise up by another 50 feet and that's it?
Yeah.
Wow, my whole life and they only got that far through. Wow, Anyway, moving on into births, in 1560 we have Elizabeth Báthory, was a Hungarian countess and the world's most prolific female serial killer, born in Nyírbár, Hungary, dying in 1614. Wow, okay. Let me
serial killer.
Let me look that up real quick. Yeah.
That surprised me.
Yeah, let's see here. Yeah. She was a Hungarian noblewoman and serial killer from the family of Báthory, who owned land in the Kingdom of Hungary. Báthory and 4 of her servants were accused of torturing and killing hundreds of girls and women between 1590 and 1610.
Jeez.
Hundreds.
Jeez.
God. We think the rich are bad today, with their, reckless spending and telling us what to do and rules for thee, not for me. Well, back in the day, they just killed you,
No repercussions either.
Yeah. Well, they probably still can, and no repercussions.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, they kill their own people. Look what happened to, what's his face, Epstein.
Yeah.
And we still don't have the client list, 1742, Nathaniel Greene was a U.S. military leader, or an American military leader, a major general during the American Revolutionary War, born in Potawatomi, Rhode Island, dying in 1786. So yeah, before United States, he was American. So yeah. We have Báthory, born on this date in 1876. Actual name is Margaretha Gertrude Zelle.
Oh, really?
Was a Dutch exotic dancer, courtesan, and convicted German World War I spy. Born in Leeuwarden, Netherlands, dying in 1917. Yeah. Women were actually very good to be used as spies.
Yeah.
Because they use the stigma against them. Feminists these days, there is still societal stigmas, men versus women, all that stuff, and that's what they're all pissy about. But hey, if it wasn't for that stigma, the United States wouldn't probably even have come to exist. Some of the top spy actually, and I'm not even talking about they were topped above them by men. No, the top spies that we had during the Revolution and such were women.
Really?
They went into the brothels and the bars and other places of business and such, and they were either prostitutes or just barmaids and stuff, doing women jobs.
Got information.
And they spoke directly to the soldiers. Soldiers were drunk. Show a little sweater meat, and you get secrets. Really cool,
Yeah.
1881, Francis Dorlon was a French admiral of the fleet during World War II and Vichy Prime Minister from 1941 to 42. Born in Nerac, France, dying in 1942, so he must have died in battle.
All I can say is I think you want that hat.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean...
The insignias and all that.
Yeah.
Work on it.
I mean, it's cool. I'd like to own it, but it's not something I'm going to flock after.
No.
Cause of death, assassinated by Fernand Bonnier de la Chapelle, who shot Darien in his headquarters in French North Africa. Damn.
The hat didn't save him.
No. Well, Yeah. 1903, Louis Leakey. Oh, man. I wonder if he was leaky in his later years.
Oh,
Was a British paleoanthropologist and archaeologist. Aldovi George, 1964 Richard Hupert Medal. Born in Kabete, Kenya, dying in 1972.
You see the guy that went into Africa and found, trying to think of his name, and he goes, whatever the guy's name is, I presume, that's all he said after he hunted him down.
Dr. Livingston, I presume.
Dr. Livingston, I presume.
Yeah.
Leakey. Yeah, I think Leakey was the guy that found him.
Where did, explorer Henry M. Stanley.
It's the guy that found him, not
Yeah.
Leakey?
Yeah, is a now famous greeting spoken on the shores of Lake Tanganyika in November of 1871 by Welsh U.S. Journalist and explorer Henry M. Stanley.
Oh, okay. My bad.
So it wasn't leaky. But, I guess your memory's a little leaky, you know. 1904, Ralph Bunche was a U.S. diplomat to the United Nations, Nobel Peace Prize of 1950, born in Detroit, Michigan, dying in 1971. Well, cool. Now, see, I'm going to sit here. It just says an American diplomat, okay? Mm-hmm. You know, Ralph Bunche.
Yeah.
But he looks African American. Did our source finally stop seeing color? They're not calling him African American. They're just an American. Right. How hard is it for a black person to just be called an American?
I don't know. He could be Italian, you know, dark olive skin.
Yeah, no, but I'm talking about the hair. That's that's
true.
You know, actually, let's see here. An American, born in Detroit. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, Ralph Bunche, appointed first African American official in U.S. State Department. Boom, called it.
There you go. Didn't mention that. That's good.
Good.
Good news.
Good. You know, you want to be united, then unite us with terminology. You know, stop using words to separate us. Use words to bring us together. We are one. 1932, Abebe Bikila was an Ethiopian Olympic marathon champion. Got the Olympic gold in marathon 1960 and 64. And he was Africa's first world record-breaking athlete in any sport. He won the 1960 Olympics marathon barefoot. He was born in Jato, Ethiopian Empire, dying in 1973. Wow!
I don't know if they still are today, but Ethiopia, dominated those long runs.
Yeah, Ethiopia, Kenya, you know, those, you know, well, because like, you know, they're descendants of people who like run out, you know, and like hunt, you know, and stuff. Like,
well, you have to be damn fast.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Well, when you see their legs, like, you know, they're gangly. Yeah. They're long, gangly people.
Yeah.
You know, like they're built to run. So, I am not. I'm built to roll. So, sometimes rock, but often roll. Many times they don't come together, you know. At least, you know, in any way beyond tragic.
Okay,
so,
move on.
1975, Charlize Theron is a South African actress. Mad Max, The Cider House Rules, and Monster. Born in Benoni, Transvaal. I guess South Africa, somewhere.
Yeah.
Moving on into deaths, we have Henry IV, died on this date in 1106. He was the Roman German king and emperor from 1056/84 through 1105. So that's a weird thing. Died at the age of 54.
Yeah.
1056. Oh, whatever. I'm just.
Yeah, how they put that date, I'm not quite
I'm
sure.
wondering, like, you know, like, did he become, like, you know, like a placeholder king when he was a child? Because 1056.
What's the /84?
Well, I'm thinking, like, you know, 1056 is when he was made king when he was a kid.
Ah, okay.
You know, because, like, you know, at the age of 54, he died in 1106. Yeah. So what's 48 minus 1100? So 56. So I think that was when he was born.
Yeah.
56.
Yeah.
You know what? I can click this. 50. So close. So I'm thinking maybe he was made king as a child.
4 years old.
You know, that happens, but like, but you know, the members of Congress or whatever the other political run until he becomes of age, which he did in '84. It seems.
Oh, okay.
And then from there until 1105, you know. And
That
he
makes sense. I don't know
Yeah,
if it's right, but it makes sense.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm just trying to make
Yeah,
sense of it.
yeah.
Like 1941, we have Rabindranath Tagore. He was an Indian philosopher and poet, writer, Nobel Prize for Literature in 1913. Died at the age of 80. Oh, man. 1957, Oliver Hardy. Hey, man. Was a U.S. comedian, Laurel and Hardy Films. Died at 65. Wow, that's young. But then again, he was really overweight. So
Heavy, yeah.
Yeah.
In later years.
yeah. We have Peter Jennings, died on this date in 2005. He was a Canadian U.S. news anchor for ABC Evening News. Died of lung cancer at 67. That's still pretty young, you know.
Yeah. Very young.
And that concludes the show. Once again, you can check the underbar of the description for any links that you may find interesting. For all of you and all of us, we stream every day at 10 in the morning Pacific time, which is, 11 Mountain, 12 Central, 1 Eastern, and anywhere else, do your own math. Or 8 in the morning? Hawaii, right?
Yeah.
They're 2 hours.
Yeah. I don't know if they don't have daylight savings or what, so it might be 2 or 3 hours.
Well, yeah.
So figure it out.
Anyway.
If you're going to Hawaii, figure it out.
Yep. I am Alexander.
Meet Cleaver.
And you are you. And until you catch us tomorrow, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Tell them toodles. Let's go, Brandon.